Hey everyone, Senrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the Mushoku Tensei OVA, Eris the Goblin Slayer. Now this OVA came out forever ago, but I never got around to watching it, and now that Season 2 is actually around the corner, I figure it might be a good idea to watch it before that happens. So here I am. Now, the OVA, I believe it does focus on like what Eris was doing during episode 16, because we had the whole thing with Rudy meeting up with Paul and what ensued after that. And Eris was supposed to go on goblin slaying during that. And I guess this episode we're just going to watch her slay goblins, I take it. That's the only thing I can really guess. But yeah, Mushoku Tensei is a really good show, and if I can watch some more of it, to kind of whet my appetite for season 2, that's like what, a week or two away, something like that. That would be cool. So let's jump on in and see exactly what Eris does to those goblins. I mean, besides slay them, I suppose. Maybe she'll look at them and punch them. But yeah, 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. I see we're getting fancy here at the beginning. It's a little bit hard to tell which characters are being focused on with this. I need an adult. But yeah, really creative what they're doing here with the animation style. I don't think we've had anything like this in the show so far. I make fireworks. Even the person that got knocked down can't help but applaud. And then they see an adventuring party. Maybe he wants to join them. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure who that was supposed to be. But it has been a while since I've seen season 1, so. But yeah, we definitely get to see Eris and what she was doing without Rudy, so. Hopefully she enjoys herself. Cat! Can we take it home? Yeah, keep an eye on her, please. Did you see it? Oh no, she saw a sword. Much more important. Don't break anything, please. Oh, I think I see a goblin. Get out of my shop. Yeah, not a lot of dialogue so far, but I'm sure it's coming. Just what a child thing to do. Oh, here we go. I mean, we've definitely dealt with high prices before, so nothing that we haven't, seen firsthand. The unfairness. Yeah, that would make you a bit nervous. Oh. Okay. She's so excited to be killing goblins. You're short? Is that the kid from the beginning of Flashback? Are we sure he's not an anime protagonist? Really? Konoboku, this kid. For his sake, hopefully he has the power to back that up. Otherwise he's gonna get hurt. So, yeah, imagine having a child say that to you. And we know her skills, so you want to piss her off. I mean, say what you want, you back down. I don't think he's going to be all that grateful, though. He's the kind of kid that really annoys me. Okay, you're just asking to get punched at this point. She has punched hard for much less than that. With an expression like that, too. So, may want to take some of that back. There we go. That's the Eris I know. She's not an anime protagonist that's, you know, a carpet that you can walk all over. You insult her, you're gonna pay. One thing I do like about Eris, you know, that she's not a doormat. I mean, I know she can be too aggressive sometimes, but... It's like, I don't know you, stop talking to me. Cliff Grimoire. Grimoire, however you pronounce that. You stop hitting on Eris, she has somebody. Wow, so perceptive. I see he's a masochist. I guess it had to be to, you know, go after Eris. Kenjino Tamago. Yeah. Can you use Saint level magic? I don't see any proof of this. You keep boasting, but... Words is words. You gotta show me something. He was already doing that. You seem to be missing something, sir. But, like, when she's not surrounded by goblins, I do get a little bit nervous. But I'm sure she'll be fine. You have to use an incantation, you think you're all that? Get out of here. The spell does look cool. I mean, I gotta give him that. Explosion! Yeah, I gotta get out of the way. That's one way to slay goblins. Yeah, how do you like your goblin served? Medium rare or well done? Yeah, we were supposed to cut those off and turn those in. You kind of ruined it, kid. She knows plenty. Oh my god. This kid. I mean, Rudy could do intermediate magic when he was like 5, I think. And again, he can do saint level magic now. Hopefully he lost her. Yeah, you're not helpful at all. Yeah, you really need to watch what you say. Be glad that was a fairly light punch. Because you're just really annoying. How about you head to the forest and I'll catch up later? Is he gonna... It's gonna work, isn't it? Eris... I miss Roxy. Hope somebody is. Well, that's not good. Well, you sound afraid. Yeah, you can do that, right, Mr. Big Shot? Yeah, but as I figured, he's not on Rudy's level. And he's about your age, so... I don't think any of them like you. They're probably not going to help you. I hear blades clashing, yeah. Come on, try to pay attention. Keep up. He really is. He's something special. Just, if you got down when I told you to, wouldn't have had to do that. What's going on here? I think I see blonde hair under that helmet. I don't. Please tell me. I would not have guessed that. Help the people being attacked? Because I think I do remember Minless being called the Holy City or whatever. Yeah, no backing down. Not anymore. Yeah, just don't get in the way. Don't cause problems. Let's go. Looks like she's got the first move in. Oh, wow. In half. Oh, damn. Man, get wrecked. Yeah, I hope that hurts. But being outnumbered is a pain. Of course they are. Ooh, oh, that was slick. I wish I could fight half as cool as this. You filthy dagger. She is just so savage when she fights. It's great to see. Cheap. Look at she was able to block it though. Barely. And yeah, I was about to say, did Ares take the chance? Yeah. So any more clever things to say? I didn't think so. And good job not getting in the way. Did good. Yeah, you see how... I was about to say, you see how awesome she is now? I bet you want to buy a figure of her, huh? Interesting eyes that she has, like kind of a pink diamond pupil. Teresa Latria. We're gonna give a fake name? Oh, we're doing that, okay. Yeah, I don't have green hair or a crystal on my forehead, but, you know, don't be fooled. That's just a chuny. That's all we ask. Of course the horse has an outfit as well. It's a very girly, frilly dress. Not really the kind of thing you'd wear for a forest walk. But I'm sure it's going to be important in later episodes. Why are you... I was about to say, yeah, why are you wearing the helmet? Oh, because she would recognize him. Gotcha. Did he run away or something? I think we watch that beginning bit again. Yeah, he asked the real questions. Because that's a big no-no in his book. Yeah. That sounds like blasphemy talk to me. He looks so silly with the stupid Temple Knight helmet. Gotta ruin YouTube. Yeah, I didn't realize it's such a beautiful city, isn't it? I always love the kind of like waterway sort of architecture of a city where you you know, can ride the boats and stuff from point A to point D within the city. You know, I was expecting him to say something like, you know, let's officially form a party together or something like that. But no, he straight up popped the question. Because there's a more genius mage that she has her eye on. And she's no longer. That she will end up giving her first to. Taking his first. Yeah, I bet you can't do that. You are so wrong in so many ways, boy. She finally mentioned it. I was waiting for it. Yeah, the look on her face as she talks about Rudy. It's very telling. Although I miss Sylph as well. I agree. Forgot your helmet. He's just kind of been watching you from a distance for a while. You know, I wish, yeah, Eris would just excitedly tell me about her day. You know, the part where she kills a few people. Which, what if there's going to be any repercussions she has to deal with as a result of that? If they were with like the Pope or whatever. He had nothing to say to that. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the part we saw with episode 16. When she walks in right after Rudy had the situation with his father. And she was so excited about her fun day, too. Meanwhile, Rudy had a terrible day. What are you writing there, kid? Should I be concerned? Eris the Goblin Slayer. Whew. Of course, whenever I say Goblin Slayer, I think of the anime with the title Goblin Slayer, which shouldn't really be a surprise. But being a Goblin Slayer is much more risky if you're a female, so I really don't advise you to have it be like a regular career Eris. Just my opinion. But yeah, it was really nice seeing Eris again. Of course, we had to see so much of her character in this episode, too. Yeah, the tomatoes. Until one, yeah, splatters her face. Okay, looks like that's it. So yeah, that was the Mushoku Tensei OVA. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. Right, it's been a while since I have seen any new Mushoku Tensei, so getting anything new is good. Although it was obviously very focused, we didn't really get any Rudy aside from like a very small little bit, just to kind of connect it to the episode 16 in that regard. But yeah, it was pretty much just Eris and like a new character, right? Cliff, is that what they said his name was? Although we did get this little intro thingy here, which, you know, at the time I was just thinking, is that somebody we know and we're just getting backstory on them? But no, in reality it was a character we met in this episode, right? You know, basically just a kid with a talent for magic, I guess, was discovered one day, and, you know, like, you can't really glean too much from it because there was no dialogue, but it gives you kind of a bit of an impression of him, right? But you gotta see Eris running around town, having fun, and this kid very clearly, what's the best way to describe him? Like, I mean, for one thing, he had that energy of, like, you know, the anime protagonist is overpowered, but, you know, isekai'd really good, but he has no adventure experience, so as a result, he's technically a newbie one, but he's really powerful. Like, he kind of had that thing going on there, but also was very, like, you know, arrogant about it, right? Like, you know, like, he'd never tell you, he had that kind of, like, spoiled brat, you know, I'm super powerful, you should be grateful that I'm even considering letting you be a part of my party. You know, like, he's that kind of character. You know, Eris came over to help him, and he pisses off Eris, and she smacks him down. But yeah, that was good to see. You know, because a lot of anime protagonists would just take that, you know, like I said, like a doormat. But Eris is not like that. She's never been like that. So he got to experience a little bit of, you know, retaliation to his terrible attitude. But yeah, he's not very helpful. Like, they talk about cutting off the ears and stuff, but he just burns them, so completely worthless. Then he suggests going to the forest where they get lost, because he didn't even bother to keep track of where they were going. Just overall, a very useless kid, you know. And he has the audacity to think he's better than Rudy, but that's definitely not the case at all. You know, because there's so many things that was like, you know, Rudy could do this, Rudy could do that. It's like, there's no way. But if he ever met Rudy, he would understand. He can fly, he can use incantationless magic, and he even taught Sylph that too, back in the day, I believe. So, and then we met some people, like a woman knight that's protecting a child, and they were being basically, yeah, attacked. And that's when we got to see, like, the full-on, you know, well-animated fight sequences that the show is so good at doing when it wants to. We finally got one of those, which is really satisfying to watch. And Eris just, like, slaughters them. Like, again, with a lot of anime, you know, the good guys, most of the time will have, like, a no-killing policy, right? You know, that's more common in anime than it's not, I would say. I don't know the exact ratio of, you know, that sort of thing, but, you know, killing without thinking about it, killing the enemies without thinking about it, human enemies without thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that is a minority when it comes to anime. So, you know, it always kind of takes me back a little bit when I do see it, you know, with, like, when I'm back into a show, right? Because obviously if I was just middle of the season, it wouldn't surprise me or anything like that, but it's been, what, a couple years at least since the first season came out, so getting readjusted to that. Because we even had a little bit of that with Rudy back in the day, right? His first time seeing somebody just, like, casually killed right in front of him, and how he was, like, having kind of like a panic attack when everybody else was just, like, acting like it was no big deal, you know, Eris included, the other child, right? So, you kind of like that, but the kid even proposed, but, like, we knew that was never going to have a chance of succeeding. But very clearly these people are going to come back and continue to be important characters. I'd be very shocked if that was not the case. Because you got this kid who's obviously important. We have the other girl, you know, that was rescued. That's going to be important too. And the whole Pope thing and stuff like that. Like, this is going to be important stuff going forward. For sure. But, and yeah, that pretty much was the episode. And I really can't wait for Season 2. Like I said, the first season was so good in so many ways. The characters, the plot, the developments that you don't expect, you know, having all your main characters thrusted from home to the other side of the world on a demonic continent where it's extremely dangerous. They meet a member of a faction that's like the tale of boogeyman stories, that, you know, for kids and all that. Like, a lot of times you wouldn't expect to survive something like that. And then he finally reunites with his father, who was upset because Rudy, like, didn't do a good enough job. Like, it just, yeah, it was rough times, but, you know, Rudy and gang are getting through it, right? But anyway, that's all I really have to say about the episode. So, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.